Hello, church family. It's 2 Minute Tuesday. This fall, our youth group is working through a study entitled Faith in an Anxious World. Each lesson of this study is divided into 3 sections with these 3 headings: look up, look inside, and look around. Look up is an invitation to pause during moments of anxiety, to consider God's presence and God's promises as presented in God's Word. Look inside is a prompt to reflect on the ways in which God may be using external circumstances to do internal good work in us. Finally, look around means having connected with God's Word and God's work, we find ourselves better equipped to engage an anxious world in a non-anxious way. Now, these 3 prompts and the order in which they're presented are important because we typically do the exact opposite. The first thing we do is look around. When we get up in the morning, we automatically turn on our phones or our computers or our television. We obsessively scan the news or social media, and we do so instinctively hoping for some good news that might offset the information that's giving us anxiety. And inevitably, it does the opposite. We only take in more bad news, which only amplifies our anxiety. Next, we look inside. But what we do is we see that the resources we have inside us are not equal to the problems we see in the world around us. We only feel overwhelmed and unequipped to deal with the things that are causing us anxiety. Finally, in desperation, we look up, but we look no further than our fellow human beings. And here's what we see. We see that our peers have no more ability to deal with the world's problems than we do. And those people who have the power to deal with our problems are more invested in propping themselves up. We only end up with more anxiety and less of a sense of agency in dealing with an anxious world. So we're invited to turn it around. Try it this week. Start by looking up. Start with the God who is faithful and able to do immeasurably more than all we could ask or imagine. Then look inside. Know that the one who began a good work in you will be faithful to see it through to completion. Then finally, look around. Look around, trusting that God is causing all things in this anxious world to work together for your good, for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This week, turn it around. Look up. Look inside. Then look around. You will decrease your anxiety and you will increase your ability to engage an anxious world in a non-anxious way.